Swung on, a fly ball to right field. Might be a grand slam. Fairchild going back at the wall. It's gone. A grand slam for Jalen Davis.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today we're jumping into Twitter. We're checking out some of the responses to the lockout and some of the responses to Alex Wood and what he had to say about the lockout. Alex Wood has been very vocal on Twitter. I never knew that he was the vocal type, but I've noticed this since the Giants signed him. He's a San Francisco Giants starting pitcher. Alex Wood has been very vocal. He even talked about how Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I really appreciated that tweet. Alex Wood has just been dropping truth bombs ever since he's been with the Giants. Probably before then, I just didn't always notice, but shout out to Alex Wood for speaking your mind. We do appreciate that. Putting it out there, letting us know, and here he has something to say about the lockout. Before I get into it, shout out to everyone who showed up at the stream last night. I've been streaming on Twitch nightly. Go check it out, twitch.tv/HummBabyBaseball. Things are getting wild over there. D. Porter, thank you so much for your donation. It's all groovy. You are amazing. And also, Stephen Cronin, my newest subscriber here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and I appreciate it. But here's what Alex Wood had to say. He said it's fascinating. MLB setting a hard deadline to play a full season for Monday, which is 4 days away. It's almost here. They locked us out. Had barely any contact for 2 months post-lockout. Have yet to make a single good faith offer to even initiate real conversation to get a deal done. Just make a real offer. Does that sound like they're getting close? Does that sound like they're getting close to a deal? Agree or disagree with, what he has to say. It doesn't sound like they're very close. According to Alex Wood, they haven't even made a single good faith offer to even initiate they haven't even initiated real conversations, according to Alex Wood. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. Now, obviously, MLB would have something different to say. They would say, hey, look, we know that we're far apart and we want to get a mediator in here, and y'all reject the mediator. And then people say, no, they reject the mediator because they know the mediator would side with MLB. But then again, they don't have to agree to any of the terms the mediator says. Mediators doesn't mean that what they say goes. It just means the mediator's there to try to come up with something and try to help them come to an agreement. And if the MLB players don't like it, they can tell that mediator to go F off and then just continue to do what they're doing now. So I don't really understand why they didn't want a mediator, but, they have their reasons. Obviously, I don't know all the details, but most of these people in the Twitter comments apparently do know all the details. A lot of experts here in the Twitter comments that know everything, very smart people, very, very educated and smart people in the comment section that we have to, check out because, they know what they're talking about down here in the Twitter comment section, let me tell you. But Alex Wood had that to say. But let's move on and to see what people are saying. Glass City Reds, shout out, says, but what is a real offer? Reducing service time to get a free agent quicker is going to punish every small, medium market team and only help the big markets. Why doesn't MLBPA accept the neutral mediator every time? Bob, love this logo. Bob says mediator also comes with their own agenda and often elongates the entire process. Why does one side want a middleman when they didn't offer any solution for months beforehand? Fans don't care at this point, Dantown. We know the owners are greedy, but this is hurting the game for everyone. Cancel games would be a disaster. I don't know if it'd be a disaster. Just depends on how many games are canceled. I mean, if they could start the season pretty quick, get in a 154, for instance, I think that we would kind of move past it and get into the game again and enjoy the game and say, well, at least they came to an agreement. We got a CBA. Let's go. And maybe we wouldn't attend as many games. I know I won't be attending as many games, but I'm still going to be a huge fan. I'm going to watch every game, and everything pretty much for the most part would be back to normal. Now, if the games, it's like a 60-game season again or a 70, 80-game season, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And I don't know what to say other than I'll be really pissed off. And I'll go on some serious rants. And that's going to really hurt the game. If they cancel the entire season, they better hope Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa can grab a bat and come back, because otherwise we're in deep trouble. And not only grab a bat, but grab a little something else too. If you know what I'm saying, grab a little something else, a little juice. Okay, hook it up with a little bit of that juice here. Come on back and save the game again. Because if they cancel this entire season, then in 2023. Yeah, we need McGwire Sosa. I'm telling you. Instead of pointing fingers, so this guy not too happy about the tweet. How about a common sense solution? The MLB should promise not to walk out during 22. Yeah, that's not happening. If MLB will lift the lockout and start spring training now, you lose you lose all your negotiating power once you do that. You have no leverage. The strike is, while I hate the strike, it is an option to workers, to unions that they have to say, hey, we're going to walk out. That's an important option they have. Normally, strikes are a tool that is awesome that they have that, because normally workers and their conditions can be terrible. I've worked in places with terrible working conditions where we talked about going on strike. But it's a little tough to handle it when, it's multimillionaires going on strike. But nevertheless, same concept. They have to have that ability. Don't play then. I played baseball all my life. Coached 25 years. I don't care anymore. This person's done. He's out. The fans pay your salary. Is that incorrect? No games, no fans, no money. And here's this guy to argue with him over that. I get these types every day, It's the TV deals, not the fans. The fans have nothing to do with the players getting paid. The fans are irrelevant in how much they get paid. Okay, bro. I don't know if he's going to say that. By your logic, players would make more money for Friday night games against the Yankees than they do against Tuesday night games against the Royals, but they don't. Player salaries have nothing to do with what the owner decides to charge for a ticket. Well, what? Well, they have a little bit to do with it, because the more money a team gets, the more they can pay and whatnot. But this guy all he simply said was the fans pay your salary. He didn't say anything about ticket prices. And I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's a basic concept that if the fans didn't pay, if there were no fans, there would be no money, there would be no millions of dollars, and they wouldn't get paid crap. It's not hard to figure out. I can start my own baseball league, okay? I can create my own baseball league, put some teams there, try to sell tickets, and guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to make any money, because nobody's going to want to see the players that I can recruit. Simple as that. Although it does sound fun, and I might do it anyway. Moving on. He says, I didn't say anything about what's charged for tickets. Owners make money from fans, and those earnings help pay the players and the staff at the ballparks. This guy says, still incorrect. Incorrect. The money that comes in from the fans does not pay for player contracts. What are these people on drugs? What are you talking about? The money that comes in from the fans does not pay for the player contracts. Nobody's saying that I walk directly up to Chris Bryant and say, hey, Chris, here's your cash for the day. We know we don't directly pay the players, but if there were no fans to pay for tickets, merch, TV, watching ads, etc., millions and millions of fans, if we did not exist and did not pay money to baseball, there would be no money to pay the players. Hence, they would not pay the players, and everything would fold. These people are weird. What don't you get about it?
What don't you f***ing understand?
Incorrect. The players get their money from the owners and TV deals. The fans are not involved in the process. Here he is again. MLB regional TV deals are secured in 10, 20, sometimes 30-year agreements. If everyone stopped watching games instantaneously, teams would still have revenues locked in from the networks. Yeah, and nobody watches and nobody cares. That's really going to last 30 years. It would fold. It would be done. Finished. Fans pay owners with their patronage. Fans don't pay players. And the owners pay the players with the money from the fans. What are you talking about? This guy, yeah, look at Payne. I don't know why you're trying to be difficult just to sound right on Twitter, but if not a single fan shows up, a player is not being paid. Common sense. If all fans decided they are done with MLB and no one attends, the league folds and no one makes money. It is not hard. Why are people so against giving the fans any credit at all for helping this league be what it is? Cry me a river. You make more money in a year. You make more money in a year than most will during their lifetime. That is true. Stop the pity party. Now watch. Someone's going to have something to say. You should have been better at baseball then. No kidding, huh? Players complain all they want, but from the looks of things, they have it pretty good. Yes, nobody above a certain income level should be allowed to do labor negotiations. Not saying that at all, but it's a little harder to find sympathy for billionaire and millionaires than, say, a teachers union or a manufacturing. Yes, 100% true. They're not asking for sympathy. They're asking for things that will help all the players in the league, from the richest to the rookies and minor leaguers. I don't know if they're fighting too hard for the minor leaguers that I've heard. That's who they should be fighting for. I wouldn't be worried about myself as much in my $10 million a year or whatever. But that's how I feel like from here. I'm not in that position. MLB getting hot under all this pressure, isn't it? Players actually were quite comfortable. You locked us out, waited a month and a half to talk, and haven't offered a good faith offer. It's sounding really bad. Players whining like babies on social media because they're not getting their way would seem to indicate that they're not comfortable at all and are feeling pressure. Super interesting. It's really divided. Really divided. Owners and Manfred don't seem to understand that it's the players that play the game and it's the players we come to see. I will heart that. Because that's true. And it's just crazy how insane the comment section gets, how there's always like someone's on one side or the other. In my opinion, both sides are probably being a little unreasonable at times. Both sides are pissed and hate each other. Both sides are trying to get a bigger piece of the pie, and they're just too far apart and not coming to an agreement. I don't necessarily agree with, putting, all airing everything out, but I do appreciate Alex Wood and giving his thoughts, but talking trash like this, it makes me feel like they're not even close. They hate each other, and it's funny that they hate each other because they both want the same thing. And again, it's our money, and I will continue to say that is our money. The money that the owners pay them, they would never have that money available if the fans didn't pay to watch baseball in one form or another, whether it's merchandise, whether it's tickets, whatever it might be. There's multiple revenue streams. You can think of the three big revenue streams: tickets, obviously, TV deals, which would not exist if fans didn't watch, and then the merchandise and the concessions and everything that we spend money on when we're there. Those are some big ass revenue streams right there, and it all stems from the fans. The money comes from our pockets, and that's why Alex Wood and these players are rich. If they chose a different sport, they would not be so rich, even if they were just as good. I mentioned badminton. Badminton's awesome, okay, but if they were professional badminton players, yeah, they're not getting that kind of money because it's just not there to pay them. It's simply not there to pay them. Both sides should give a little and you come to an agreement. It seems obvious, but it's just not working that way. And right now, I'm very concerned. Very concerned. We'll keep an eye on this and see if things improve and see if they can come to an agreement by Monday, by the 28th. I doubt it. I think that we are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. But you can join me tonight on Twitch, where I'll be streaming some MLB The Show. Road to the Show. I'm trying to make it to the River Cats right now. It is awesome. It's a lot of fun. Jump on over there. I also will be on YouTube as well. So hit that subscribe button because I dual stream, but occasionally I'll stream just on Twitch. So make sure you follow me over there. Have a great day, guys. I appreciate all your support. And we'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
When the Giants come to town, it's bye bye baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye bye baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.